Welcome, everybody, to Inside Cornerstone, the inside look at Cornerstone First Global Methodist Church in Alexander City. My name is Billy Coleman. Some would say I'm the pastor there. Others may have a different opinion. And today I've got two wonderful guys here with us. A wonderful lady sitting over in a chair who I will not ask to come out front. I think too much of her to do that to her for sure. But my new sidekick, my partner here, David Hand, who is now down to 28 pounds.
28.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, he drags his clothes behind him as he walks in. And David, I got to say, man, I'm proud of you.
Hey,
because this is a health thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't make light of it. It's great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Some have said you even look better, and I think I'm probably on
you.
board with that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. A lot of hard work been going into it, but we're going to keep the past going. So
good deal. We got a special guest today. That would be Tim Wheeler.
Yeah.
And Tim is actually, I'm going to ask him in a minute about what drew him and his wife Tammy to Cornerstone. But he's been there a while, and he's already taken all kind of leadership roles. Both of them have. We greatly appreciate that. It's great to have you on the show, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
And for some reason, we don't know why, you were drawn to be a part of these nuts that are running around, and we really appreciate that. Well, tell me something, man. What kind of drew you to Cornerstone?
Well, my wife, Tammy, and I, we retired about, it's been 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We retired from the government and wanted to come back to Alabama being our home.
Yeah.
So we bought a place over here in Alexander City. We didn't know anything about Alexander City, nothing.
Sure.
We made the deal on the house, and we were all excited, and then we started driving around the downtown, and it's like, so we were brand
going
new.
on, right?
We didn't know anybody. We didn't know a soul.
Right.
And so first thing we wanted to do is we wanted to get involved in the church, but it took us a while.
Right.
And we were visiting churches, and they were all great churches, but
Sure.
Right.
they just never were the right fit, I guess.
Right.
And we just kept coming back to Cornerstone, and it felt like family.
Wow.
And it wasn't like some small towns. There's this really cliquish. We didn't feel that way. Not at all.
Glad to hear
And so we felt like family here, and then we started coming and going, and the women at Cornerstone reached out to my wife and invited her to Feast of Sharing, to women Cornerstone women outreaches, and it really did. It just felt it was the right place. It really was. And then one of the main reasons, or the main reason, is Billy, you speak right out of the Bible. And that's what we were looking for. We were looking for a church, an active church that God was alive in. And we, every Sunday, we open up our Bibles and we study the Word.
I appreciate that very much, and it's an honor to have you. And let me just point out that in what is a relatively short period of time, you've taken on a lot of leadership roles in the church, and I greatly appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome.
Because it just appears that both of you pour your heart into what you're doing, and that's exactly what not just Cornerstone needs, it's what the church needs, is people that come and their philosophy is, what can I do to serve God here, and not what can be done for me. And I greatly appreciate it. And I guess I should mention first, because David, we're going to talk a little about some sod and putting down sod, but let's go to something spiritual first, if you don't mind.
I do.
We got like 17,000 little girls running around.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere. They come out from the corners and under the chairs. They're just everywhere. And we got a few young guys that, they want to do something besides to watch the young girls.
Right.
And so we got to thinking, so we got to we got to do something for these guys. There's some spiritual stuff, some fun stuff, some sporty type stuff.
Right.
And we immediately thought of Tim and Tammy Wheeler, that they would be great. And I didn't have to persuade them too hard. I think they thought about it. They liked what they heard. Tell us about the wise guys.
The wise guys.
Take a little pressure off us here, to the real wise guys.
The wise guys.
How did that happen? What's going on with that?
Well, it seemed like, or it was approached to us.
Seemed.
Yeah, it seemed. We had a conversation that that the boys, ages around 3rd grade to 6th grade, there's a hole there.
Right.
They were left out. And so we kind of took that on and we just kind of like really just showing them love.
Right.
And bringing them in and just showing them attention and just opening up the Bible and giving a quick devotion. Yeah. And then off to the playfield we go. And these kids have been locked up in a school at school all day long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so the last thing you want to do is talk to them for an hour. Right. Right.
Right. They've been getting that all day. Yeah.
All day long, and so we have a devotion with them and a prayer and then for about 5-10 minutes. And then we go off and we play wiffle ball or kickball or something like that. So
I love it.
Just let them burn some of that energy out.
Right.
Or play games, activities, stuff. So there's a lot of life lessons out there.
And they've increased in number.
They have. They actually have. We started out maybe 4 or 5, and now we're at 12. And,
wow.
It's growing. It really is.
That's great. David, y'all to see it, those 93-year-olds that come to eat in their Bible study. One of our wise guys just takes them out.
I love it.
They're laying out there on the sidewalk and stuff.
But I do want to say thank y'all for all you're doing, because hey, I call people like you difference makers. You're just people who come into a church and you're making a difference.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank y'all for being a difference maker. You have people who just come and do this, but then you have those difference makers.
The church can't fulfill its ministry goals without that. People that are not only willing to stand up and say, hey, I would like to be a part, but once they are a part, they commit themselves 100% to it, and it shows because that little group's growing. Whether they'll catch the girls, I'm not sure, but that doesn't matter. They're having fun, and we walked out. We have a farm in Clay County, and Tim and I walked out there and took a look at it, and we're probably gonna have a hayride, for the guys, and maybe for the whole youth. Yeah. But they're adventurous, but they're good kids. Right. And they're some of our acolytes that participate in the worship services. They listen. I pay attention. But one of the thrill I get is seeing those youth out there listening, taking notes and stuff. And then these young ones,
they're watching.
They're following in the footsteps of the other ones. They're watching them.
Paying attention.
And that's kind of the way it works. Paying attention to that.
So. I will say this, once they get out of the 6th grade, then they get to go to the big house.
Right.
So they're excited about that.
That is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I don't know if anybody's seen the big house, but it's a place where youth come and gather, and they just they worship, they eat, they just do all kind of fun activities. And these kids, they're eager to go the next step.
Right. So we look forward to having them, but hey, we love that they enjoying where they're at right now. And then that day will come when they make the transition into the youth. But I love seeing them having a great time now and enjoying it. So thank y'all for it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
The big house is as great a facility for a church youth group as you could possibly have. And when we made that decision to build that, I don't think there was too much concern, but there was the question that the younger kids' parents would look at that and say, well, gosh, they're building this fantastic thing for the teenagers, but what about us? But when you built that, you built it for all ages, because now those kids are looking forward to being in it. It was built for them too. They're going to reap the advantages of that youth program, and
Amen.
And I think they've taken it that way.
I do too.
Yeah, there's no the unity that we have at Cornerstone, I think, has poured into the youth too. These youth will do anything for those younger kids.
They will.
And the younger kids respect the youth. It's really neat to see that unity that has hit the adults and feeling one, and now the youth and the young people are feeling that.
Amen. Did our light blink, or we get still good? Are we still good?
I don't know. Did you see it blink? We've only been talking 10
I know.
minutes.
I know.
Maybe a minute and a half.
But no, you are so right.
Kane will blank them again if we need them.
I,
Oh, I see
Yeah.
the light blinking over there. Good job, David.
hey, I thought I caught on.
Yeah.
I thought I caught on.
Hey, we've just started.
Hey.
We'll be back with more of Inside Cornerstone after these messages. Thank you for watching.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back to more of Inside Cornerstone. I'll tell you what let's do, Tim. Let's take a look at your typical day with the wise guys, and just maybe leave out the number of fights that break out. But other than that, tell us about your typical day, will you?
Well, we'll go. What we like to do is after we eat Wednesday night dinner, then we'll take them, and like I said, we'll do like a 5-10 minute devotion, and then we'll go outside and play wiffle ball with them or kickball or something. And of course, I got to be right out there with them.
Right.
I've noticed
Right.
that, Tim.
Yeah, got to be out there with them.
I think you have as much fun as they do.
I do. I really do. But really, my umpiring skills. I've got to be the umpire skill to kind of the umpire to kind of like keep the bickering down a little bit.
How's that working?
Not too well.
If they're like the youth, they're competitive.
I've had
They're so
we've
competitive.
had quick talks about good sportsmanship, like in the before we play,
Right.
in the third inning, and then afterwards. But one of the times, one of the boys, and they're great kids. I have a lot of fun with them. But one of the boys was questioning my calls.
Uh-oh.
And he actually said, "Mr. Tim, if you could, you know, you need to make sure you're wearing your glasses when you make these calls.
At least he said Mr. Tim.
Yeah,
He did. He's a great kid. He's a great
but
kid.
he
Well,
went with the glasses.
the truth of the matter is, one team is smearing the other team. So I kind of made the call, you know, kind of like help the other
Right,
team out,
right.
you know. And but this one player kept telling me over and over and over, kept reminding me, you know, you got to be true on your calls, and that other team could come back and you know.
Hence the name Wise Guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I know one I can help you with.
so I thought that was hilarious. So I was talking to talking to his mom afterwards, and you know, it was very comical. And she told me, she said, you know, I'm sorry about that, but he gets that from his daddy.
Of course. It's
And-
always the
no,
dad.
but-
Mom is
but-
never gonna take.
But
Yeah.
worse than
course.
his daddy is his granddaddy.
We're going generational now.
Oh, we're going back. Yeah. I have seen some granddaddies on the ball fields. They're tough.
Yeah. So it's a great time. It is. It's a lot of fun. It's
I've
great.
seen you guys out there just having a blast.
Oh,
out
we have
there and
a lot of
playing every game you can play on the church lawn. It's great. It's awesome.
I love how y'all are letting them be kids and just have fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do. That's so awesome to hear.
Well, thank you.
Well, David, I think it's time that we announce that you've entered a new profession, and I hope you still have time to be a part of our youth program, but you're now into sod laying. And I think it's wonderful, though, to, you know, what you're doing there.
Well,
And look at the look on your face. You're super excited about it.
yeah, if you had this afternoon, you was gonna do 7 pallets of sod. You know,
Wow.
how exciting is that? You know.
You know, 7's a biblical number.
Okay, yeah, we'll use that tonight. We'll use that tonight. But anyway, we have come across a good problem that you can have. We kind of just overflowing in the big house, and we're trying to figure out what's our best way to get the kids out a little bit and have them a place, because you know we
Sure.
really don't have.
And kids love that.
Right, you look around the church, we don't have much flat land. You know, it's all hilly and rocks and stuff. But I got to talking to another guy last week. I said, would it be possible to do this project?
Yeah.
And he jumped all on board with it and helped me finance some of it and pay for some of it. Brought the heavy equipment in to grade it off and get it down level. And then today we had the 7 pallets of centipede sod brought in. So tonight at youth, we're going to put the youth to work. You know,
I think that's great.
And they love it. They, you know, it's part
their
of their
place.
project.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that tonight, and then we'll be able to put the Gaga pit back up. You just have to experience the Gaga pit.
Now, you're going to have to excuse me for a second, 'cause I'm a football coach.
Right.
As well as a guy.
Gaga pit gets intense
I
like
want to hear
football.
about the Gaga pit.
Yeah, they just get in there and you know, it's a wooden walls around like an octagon thing, and they hit the ball back and forth on each other and try to hit each other with the ball.
And you hit them, and it's a Gaga.
Yeah, and then if you're the last person, you got to holler Gaga or something.
Oh,
so,
you holler Gaga.
yeah,
You say the word.
Yeah, you got
out
to say
loud.
the word, and it's very intense. So that's our main focus: get the ground level so we can get that put back up. But it's a game that all the kids love.
Yeah. I mean, I look back in my lifetime and think of all the
How many
great,
times you played
all the
Gaga?
great Gaga games that I played.
Right.
How intense it was. People were hitting each other and having a great
Right,
time.
as long as they can hit each other with a ball,
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, you know, but
Kane, do you have a Gaga ball back there? Because I'd like to see it.
yeah.
Does it even have a ball?
No, Kane ain't got a Gaga. But I do want to say, you know, the thing we talked about, the big house, and something I'm very proud of with our students. You can tell they have took ownership of the big house, because you walk in that big house today, and I promise you, it looks almost the same as it did the
does.
day it was built.
They're proud of it.
So you tell me, when you have 100 students come and participate in a building, your building looks the same as it did 2 or 3 years ago. I promise you, your
It's also a
building
credit
probably.
to you, David.
No,
It absolutely is.
we
appreciate
take
it.
pride in what we have. So if you walk in that big house, tell me you don't see just, hey, these kids are taking care of the place. So
Let me share this and get y'all's thoughts on it. I had the pleasure of doing a revival in Hartselle. It's north Central Alabama up above Coleman. If you haven't ever heard of it, those people haven't heard much of Gaga, but so I loved it. They were like Cornerstone,
Right.
The global. The Holy Spirit,
Had the
everybody
loving feeling.
loves each other, and I mean, I got to know them like in 30 minutes. Seems like I got to know about 300 people, and you know, it was a really blessing. It was a blessing for me for sure. It was great. Now, one thing I did not particularly like,
Right.
but it's none of my business because they got a fantastic church, is that when they had their services for their adults, the youth met somewhere else and, you know, kind of had a service. The children met somewhere else and somebody was teaching them some Bible stories and stuff
Right.
like that. So what I'm saying is that they were not in the service with the adults.
Right.
Now, this is just my personal opinion. It's not worth anything, but I don't like that. I look at Cornerstone, and I say that the children, you know, the wise guys, the teenagers, and all these kids are sitting all over the place. They're taking part in the service. We're going to have a youth service at the end of October, and it's going to be as good as any service that we would have ordinarily, and it's because our young people are in there doing all the leadership roles. They're sharing a message. They're doing a children's minute. They're doing all the stuff. We're fixing to have a pledge program set in place for our budget for next year.
Right.
And you know who's going to be out there in the forefront asking everybody to be a part of that and telling them thank you is the youth.
Amen.
And the children are going to say thank you for doing this for us. I think that when you start listing the pluses of Cornerstone, right up there at least close to the top is our children and our youth. They are a powerful part of our. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I say this all the time, Billy. The youth and the children are not the future of the church. They are the church now.
Amen.
That has always been my take. For 23 years, I'm going on 23 something years.
Well, you kind of look it, but that's
Thank
okay.
you.
Don't worry about
Feel
that.
it sometimes, but anyway, I have never been a part of a youth thing that we would ever pull students out of the worship area to do our own worship.
Right.
I would never be a part of that. Now, somebody might tell me I have to, and I might have to make decisions later, but I will never want to. I think it's very important for our students to be in worship with their parents and the members of our church. I
Well,
just
you
think
might
they
get
can learn.
somebody that says that, but their last name won't be Coleman.
No,
I can
I
promise
think me and
that.
you will be gone by the time something like that might
Possibly
happen.
did. Yeah, that's true.
But no, I take it very seriously. Our kids need to be in worship.
And this group they're great people.
Yeah,
it's
right.
a really good church.
Right.
And everybody's got their own style, but I kind of dedicated my life when I was in the 10th grade to helping young people, and it is a privilege to be in a church full of people that want to do that for the children and for the youth.
Well, Billy, I went to one training one time, not a while back, but we was in the room and the guy was training us, and he said, as a pastor of his church, if he walked by a Sunday school classroom or any kind of youth night and seen his youth director teaching the kids the Bible, that he would fire them on the spot.
Really?
He said that is
Golly.
up to the volunteers to teach and do all that. So I'm like, really? And they didn't do any trips, didn't go on any trips. They only met on Sunday night once a month, no other Wednesday nights or youth nights. But they would have one time. And he said that was the best thing to work. I'm like, and I'm sitting back there like,
There's some
you
balance
got
in
to
there
be
now."
kidding
Yeah,
me.
that's
I can't
right.
wait to get out of here and still do my program like I want to, you know. But anyway, that is sometimes people in different churches are teaching different tactics about how to do
That's true.
things. And I'm like you, I don't agree with a lot of it. I think it's very important for our kids to be in worship.
I think that no matter what happens, I'll die believing that. And
Oh,
I
me
think
too.
that I'm just thankful to be a part of a whole bunch of people that share that. And it shows. And these are good kids. They're not running around tearing stuff up.
No.
They're actually participating in the service. This time I did see the light. That's another segment.
Yeah, we got to go thank these wonderful sponsors
We
have.
got to thank them for sure, but we're not through yet. You're
No.
not going to believe. I mean, we're going to give away our $1 million in the next segment, so just
There
hang
goes
in there
Kane
with
bonus
us.
then.
Thanks for watching Inside Cornerstone. We really appreciate these sponsors
Amen.
being a part of it. We can't wait to see you again in just a minute. God bless you for watching.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
And welcome back to the Gaga Show. I'm sorry, I'm an Inside Cornerstone. Great to be back with you. Kane came in to my side and kind of partnered with me, I think, about my Gaga statements and stuff. And so now I guess we're ready to move on. But, you know, let's get serious. I want to talk about this service that's coming up. I promise you, the 26th of October, which is a Sunday at the Arbor, we're combining our this is something else. We're combining our service. The first thing some might say is, well, the people up there at Green Street, they're not going to go to the Arbor for that. Wrong. They're going to come out there. We're going to combine it for your service.
Well, this is what's special about this church.
Yes.
And I keep telling you,
Yes.
this is what makes our church so special. I didn't even think about a one service that day.
Right.
I ain't even had it planned. I haven't had nothing. It was some of the people of the 11 o'clock service that said, "Hey, we want to see the youth. Can we do a one service?" And I was like, "Well, let's talk to Billy." But that's how special our church is. They want to see the youth, and you tell me.
It's part of the growing formula of our church.
That's what makes it so special.
It
is
is.
the people in the church, they just want to be involved in the whole dynamic of the church, not just their own little groups. And I think that's what makes it special.
And then I understand the youth will be doing everything.
They'll be leading the service throughout the whole day, and I can't wait till you guys see it and be a part of it. But I think God has been working on this service for a while now. You know, we don't do anything without praying first and saying, "God, lead it." And then through the steps that we do on our planning and all that, God will put up something and say, "Hey, this is what we need to do." And each step, hey, we've listened, come back in and met about it and say, "Hey, will this work?" And everybody said, "Wow, why didn't Why didn't we think about that?
That's
Well,
impressive.
but don't ever, our impact trips, our youth Sundays or whatever, I promise you, it don't go without much prayer and planning and preparation that we feel like God has put the best thing together. So,
And forgive me if I mentioned this last week. You know, old people are a little forgetful, but I understand y'all got back from your trip to see the Ark, and maybe we did talk about it last week. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was a good trip, wasn't it?
we haven't left yet. We'll go to.
Of course.
I'm sorry. Kane, I didn't mean to call him out like that, but I didn't know what to say.
No, call me out. That's good.
I was trying, some part of me was saying, well, let's say it was wonderful and just move on, but.
So we haven't talked about it yet.
But I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest.
You do.
We haven't left
Be honest,
yet.
please. Be
But November the 23rd through 25th, we'll take a group up to the Ark and let them see really what it was like and let them experience it. Because I promise you, I've been one time a long time ago, and they've added so much to it. I cannot wait till our students just when we go around that curve and they actually see the size of it.
I was fortunate enough to see that, and it is a big boat.
It's huge.
It is a monster.
And then when you go in, you have to walk up all those rows and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then you really get to sit there and read and see how everything was done on the Ark.
I think you were gone on your own trip, a little trip that you took down to the beach or something and got back. And,
Right.
But anyway, I think just the fact that y'all have a van to take a group of kids there.
What a blessing.
It's what this church wanted to invest in for sure.
Yeah, like I say, again, I think I've said it 1,000 times. It's hard to find a rental van anymore.
Yeah.
They just don't rent them out anymore. So for us to not have to pay, I think it was going to be $8,000 this year to carry us from our church to Kentucky and back.
$8,000.
$8,000 for a company to carry us. So our church is, saying, here, youth, we want to provide you with a safety transportation for your trip, and y'all go. We don't want our kids not to experience something just because we don't have the right transportation.
And tell me once again if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But God's girls, they go out to the schools and literally pick up girls that want to be a part of the program and bring them to church.
Bring them to
on
church.
Wednesdays.
That is a wonderful ministry. Kind of remembers me of the old days. You remember back when I was in student ministry?
Mm-hmm.
I meant being a student.
Right.
Our churches used to carry us home on Wednesday nights. In the church van. We had the old junky van that you had the windows down and didn't have air conditioner.
And
but
God's girls has got a lot of kids.
oh yeah, and that has grown. And what a testimony that is for our church van to be sitting in the school parking lot waiting on kids to come out.
Well, let's see, today's Wednesday, so we're having our meal tonight.
Right.
If you walk in our fellowship pile about 5:20, you're going to see half adults, half kids. I mean,
Right.
there's as many kids eating in there as there are adults. And I couldn't help, David, I didn't mention it earlier, that beautiful picture that you sent at
Tuesday
Chick-fil-A of your devotional with those girls. And how many did you have there? 35?
Yeah, it was
40
a huge crowd.
Yeah.
I tell you what, our youth leaders, Kristen and Misty Sanders, Adam Sanders, and all of them, they do, and Steve Preston,
Great
all of them,
leaders.
They are just people of God, and they love young people.
Yeah.
But Tuesday mornings, if you ever ride around at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:10 in the morning, ride by Chick-fil-A and see what a beautiful sight that is.
It
Or ride
is.
by Hardee's and see a group of young men sitting around.
And it's still holding
We
strong,
have our
too.
devotion book now,
Yeah.
so we're doing our devotions out of that book, and it's great to see, be a part of. So.
Well, I have two grandsons in the program, and I appreciate you and Glenda and the great job that y'all do. I was, as I said, I was up in North Alabama doing a revival, but we had two wonderful men of our church that came and did the messages. And I think we're going to the Arbor service, and that's going to be Jimmy Yates that shared in that service. But both of them, I understand, went really, really well. Another sign that Cornerstone is strong. And when somebody can't make it or they're doing something else, somebody's going to step in for them. I appreciate that.
Amen.
Well, let's go check that out.
Let's go.
Hey,
I've enjoyed it.
Oh,
I've
me
enjoyed
too,
it.
David. I look forward to a lot of more of these.
A lot of fun.
Thanks for watching Inside Cornerstone. Remember, you got a sermon coming up. I hope it blesses
Stay
your
tuned.
heart. God bless you for watching. We'll see you again next week.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
All right, we're going to, our scripture this morning is going to be in the Old Testament, in Deuteronomy. We started our Wednesday night study, we started Deuteronomy, BJ, how long ago? 3 months ago, maybe? It took us a little while to get through there. And I struggled when we talked about doing Deuteronomy because it made me nervous. I'd never really studied it. I'd never really taken the time to read it completely through, and I just didn't know what to expect. But gosh, was I amazed and thankful that we took the time to study the book of Deuteronomy. Little background on where we are. Deuteronomy was written almost 3,500 years ago. The Israelites had been wandering in the desert now for 40 years. It took them 40 years to make a trip that would normally have, if you walked it in a straight line, it would have taken 2.5 days. But God allowed them to wander for 40 years to try to teach them, so that they would understand what their purpose in life was and how their relationship with Him should be. And this what we're going to read, we're in chapter 30 of Deuteronomy. We're going to use the 19th and the 20th verse. And if you want to go there. The 19th verse. Moses is talking to the Israelites. This day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live, and that you may love the Lord your God, listen to his voice, and hold fast to him. For the Lord is your life, and he will give you many years in the land he swore to give to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses had just spent the previous 2 chapters talking about to the Israelites how they would be blessed in their new land. Then he took 2 chapters to tell them how they would be cursed if they did not follow his commandments and do as he instructed. And in our scripture today, he says, now choose life. And I want to talk about for a few minutes that, your life, my life, every day is a day of choices. Every day. We choose to get up. We choose what we're going to wear. We choose to go to work or not. We choose to enjoy work or not. We choose to enjoy the people that we interact with. It's our choice every day. And Moses said, choose life. Choose life. And then the most important part of this verse that I want to really spend some time on today. For the Lord is your life. The Lord is your life. And y'all know me, as many times as I've been up here, y'all understand that I'm going to challenge us today. And I want you to look at me and pay attention, but I also want you to pull your little mirror out, and I want you to look at your reflection, because I want you to look inside yourself today as we talk about whether or not God is our life, whether or not Jesus is our life. We're promised in the New Testament that once we accept Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, that the Holy Spirit will come into our life and live in our hearts. With that understanding, you would think that choosing God as our life would be pretty easy. But we live in a world that's full of sin. And sometimes we take that idea of sin as we almost use it as a crutch. Okay? Well, I'm a sinner. I'm going to sin. But God will forgive me because he says he would, and he will. But you know what? God's also given you power. God's living in your heart. He gives you power to say no to sin. You don't have to go through with the sin. He gives you power to fight the sin. And think about it now. If God is our life, if I get up every morning and God is the reason I'm alive, and God is the reason I'm breathing, then I should take every breath I've got to fight the sin that's naturally in this world. I should take every breath I have, every means I have to say no to sin. But sometimes sorry Wednesday evening crowd, I'm going to repeat a few things, okay? Sometimes we had a long discussion about sin the other night. And, I asked the question, why do we sin? Why do you sin? The first answer was probably pretty appropriate because it's fun. And because it's easy. And it's easier to just go with the flow than to try to fight it. It's easy. We live in a world in 1 John. John writes, well, if I can find it. You'd think I'd be more prepared than that. Anyway, what he says is that we live in Satan's world. And we have to battle Satan in everything that we do, everything that we think, every action that we take. Because, we have Satan tempting us in everything we do. I was walking through the fellowship hall the other night, and I told him I was going to probably use this in my sermon, but Mike Knox and a couple of them were sitting there having a conversation. He said, Jimmy, he said, you know, that little pointed-headed guy, he said, sometimes I see him walking around the track during church. Sometimes I see him trying to figure out who he's going to attack while we're here praising God. And think about it. How many times when we're sitting here worshiping God is our mind on whether Auburn won the football game last night? They didn't, okay? All right? I promised I wasn't going to think about that today. All right? But how many times do we let our thoughts drift to something in our life? That's all Satan wants. It's just an inch, just a thought to take you away from worshiping God. And if we'll do that while we're in church, think about what you're doing every day. Think about all the roadblocks that Satan puts in front of you every day. Just think about the traffic. Think about the school traffic line. Think about that construction out on the highway. You know, think about the things you run into every single day that Satan just pushes you. About that person you thought liked you that, well, they said, what about me? Think about all the things, your expectations for your life. I want you looking in your mirror. Think about how many times you allow Satan in. Think about how many times you forget that God is your life. God is your life. And I'm not talking just to you. I've got my mirror out too. I fail every day. But like Katie said, I'm trying to get better every day. I'm trying to work toward it every day. Life is not easy. We live in a world that's evil. Don't turn on the news. Don't turn on your telephone. Don't turn on your computer. All you're going to see is evil. Except for the last couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks, we've seen something amazing happen. It came from something horrible, but we're seeing something amazing happen. People are beginning to say, hey, well, I need more. I need more. And we give it, we say it's just the young people, but guys, it's not just the young people. Praise God, it's the young people. But we need more. You need more. I need more. And that more is for us to finally realize that God is our life. God is everything about our life. You think about Moses. Moses Y'all all know the story of Moses, but Moses didn't want to go to Egypt because he stuttered. He said, God, I can't do this. You can't use me. God said, yes, I can. And Moses went down and he helped free the slaves from Egypt. He followed what God said, and God freed the slaves of Israel. Then as soon as they crossed the Red Sea, they wanted to go back because it wasn't what they thought. It was going to be hard. Even as bad as slavery was, we had enough to eat. Even as bad as slavery was, we had a place to live. We want to go back. And Moses kept moving them forward and moving them forward. And then they were in a desert, and there was no water. I don't know if you remember the story. And God told Moses, go speak to the rocks, and water will come from the rocks. Well, Moses was so angry at the Israelites. He was so mad at everything they were putting him through, he took his staff and he hit the rocks. Then he said, look what I did. He didn't give the blessing to God. I got water for you. And for that one thing, God didn't allow Moses to go into the promised land. For that one thing, God said, you'll be able to see it, but you'll not be able to go into the promised land. Then after he saw it, Moses died on that mountain. Two points I want to make. Number one, Moses worked to take credit. He didn't, I don't think he intended to, but he took credit for that water. And God said, no, I brought the water, Moses. And you were to tell them that I brought the water, Moses. And because of that, you can't go into the promised land. You disobeyed my commands. The other point is, I firmly believe that Moses is called the greatest prophet. And when Jesus was transfigured, who was with God? Moses and Elijah. Okay? God didn't allow Moses to go into the promised land, and on this earth, you would say, well, he punished him. But Moses is sitting at the right hand of God. We're going to make mistakes on earth, okay? But we want our life on earth to be as easy and as fun and as fulfilling as possible. But guys, we're living for heaven. We're living for eternity. And eternity can be right here, right now, if we follow God's commands. If we fully and truly believe that God is life. God is our life. God is your life. God is my life. But we tend to be human. Well, you know, that's kind of I hate to use this word in a sermon. It's kind of a crock. We tend to say, well, we're just sinners and we can't help it. But we can help it. We're sinful. There's no question about it. We're born that way. But we have the power to fight it. We have the power to say no, Mike, to that little horned guy that's walking around the track this morning. We have the power to say no when something happens and we want to fight back. Coach Tate told me this morning that, where are you, Wes? You still here? Wes told, oh, there you are. Wes told me this morning he had to come to church this morning because of what he had to say during the Auburn game yesterday. Okay? I kind of yelled at the TV once or twice too. But the things that we do, guys, the things that we allow Satan to step into our lives, The things that young people, when somebody's being mean to you, we allow Satan to step into our lives, and then we want to react in a certain way. We don't want to react in the way that Charlie Kirk's wife reacted when she said, "I forgive this young man." We want to react as a human, and we want to respond, and we want to reach out, and we want to take care of that. What would God do? What would God want us to do if God is our life? What I hope we get challenged with today is that I need to be better, that you need to be better, that we all need to be better in realizing that God is our life. We accepted Jesus Christ, and we became one with Him. That relationship is there for us to claim. That relationship is there for us to pull in and take advantage of it. But never forget that Satan's in your ear. He's in your head. He's in your wants and he's in your desires. He's in all that stuff around us. But we have to stand firm. We have to be strong. You folks like me with all this white hair, we have to set the example for the people that aren't our age. We have to be the leaders. We have to let them see us respond. And
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.